Howdy, this is for WebGIS, Geography 478. Our project is our TAMU BVI map project, which stands for blind and visually impaired. What is our problem? Our problem is that BVI is a spectrum of blind and visual impaired students, and from prospective students to current students, they have difficulties navigating through campus. This impacts their safety and their just general being comfortable on campus. And so that's, as I said, prospective students, current students, and also staff members. A brief overview of our project is to go through campus and mark different landmarks that help BVI students navigate through campus safely. This is a proactive approach where they would get the information on our map through a sort of device like a screen reader, or for those who can see, they would just see it, and they can know ahead of time what obstacles they're going to face and what land points that they can use in order to get where they need to go more comfortably. At the beginning of our project, we began interviewing students, and some of the questions that we asked them before we walked with them through campus to see what determines the threshold of a land point was, please describe what all you can see, because there is a spectrum. Have you always had this level of vision? Because there have been some cases where they can see and then their vision is lost. And that's important to know because they can reference back in their memory of what things looked like, and then now compare it to what they can't see but they know is there. Please describe your experiences of navigating through the university. So how have they progressed in getting to know the university, and what has helped? For example, Braille maps have not helped very much because most BVI students cannot read Braille. And what tools do you use to navigate? How this has changed throughout your time here. So whether that's a sound or a crack on the ground.
Awesome. The rest of these questions were asked walking with the students. After stopping with them, they'd ask them, what did you notice about the texture of the ground? Were there any sounds that you could hear, such as like the O&M fan or certain things in certain areas that you could just pick up? If you're using a cane, what could your cane hit, like the side of a trash can or a light pole or something like that? What can you actually visually see? Because a lot of BVI students can't actually see some things, and so if you could see the difference between a building ramp compared to the actual building, that could help a lot. Any distinct smells, like a dumpster or I don't know, the Heldenfeld's cats, something like that. And how does this change when people are present? It's very, very busy at A&M with a lot of students. You can get really congested, so how would that change? The areas of interest we're going to use is pretty much Academic Plaza and several areas around it. The 5 things we're going to look at is the sidewalk texture, a lot of cobblestone parts of it compared to the pavement or something like that. Landmarks, like trash cans, lampposts. Visual aids, like I said, buildings. Hearing points, like the O&M fan. Municipality points, like dumpsters. Different tools we're going to be using is our cell phones, where we're going to plot all the points. Our collector, which we're going to use on our cell phones, and an ArcGIS line to actually make the final map.
Alright, once we have our final map, we'll be producing a story map. And so in our story map, we're going to convey the problem like we've already described, show each layer, so each of the 5 things that we were going to look for will be explained and discussed in detail in our story map. The response of disability services, since we're producing this for them, we're going to include in our story map how they react to our project. How to add additional data, so since we're only really adding or starting with the area around Evans, we're going to discuss how to expand from there, and then with the future direction of the project, we're hoping this is kind of a foundation for a bigger, kind of more interactive map that disability services can use. So we've split up the work. Hilario has conducted the majority of the interviews and has been working with disability services, and will be collecting data as well. And Ty and myself will also be collecting data. Ty will be collecting the ground texture and ground landmarks. I'll be collecting visual data because even though there's some blind students, there's also visually impaired students that still have some ability of vision. And then Hilario will be doing sound and smell landmarks, and then we're all going to contribute to the story map. So for testing and conclusion, we want to be able to test this product with disability services. So our plan for that is with the students that Hilario has been able to interview, we can hopefully test how well this works with them on campus in a real scenario. And that's it. Thank you.